What's going on, people? Grown Man's Gaming. We're back with this game with another informational video on this The Division 2. And, we're getting hyped for the game. And it's only right that we provide all the people with the information about the backstory, the game that's progressing, PvP, Darkzone, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Agents, welcome to the Division 2.
Alright, so just quick heads up. We got a special report, Darkzone and PvP stream on Tuesday, January 22nd. So that's on their Twitch channel. I presume it's the Division game on Twitch. And they'll probably just talk about PvP and all that and Darkzones. But we're not here for that, because that will be on Tuesday. We're here to talk about PvP in the Division 2 and also the Darkzone. So we're going to start off with the iconic how Division was known Darkzone information. When it decides to load for itself. God damn it, James. Is it gonna load? There we go. Alright. So, Intelligence Annex. If you want to have a read for yourself, I'll put it in this link in the description. So, you can always read this for yourself. Or you can sit here, listen to my lovely voice, and enjoy the information. Alright? So, agents, Intelligence Annex is back. Yes, this is time breaking down dangerous, untamed regions known as the Darkzone. In the Division 2, the most notable change coming in sequel is the introduction of 3 Darkzones, each delivering unique narrative, fostering new playstyles. Alright. Darkzone East, the largest of the 3 Darkzones. Players utilize long line sites in overgrown governmental parks. Darkzone South, the smallest of the Darkzones. Emphasis is placed on close quarter combat. Sightlines are easily broken with large interiors and choke points. Darkzone West, split into 2 parts by a large canal. Georgetown is characterized by medium-range engagement, features European style architect. Alright, that's a little background on the each of the Darkzones. So it's good to know. Server capacity, because the server in Division 1 was 24 players in the Darkzone. The Darkzone Division 1 was like 1 to 9, so it was humongous. Supposedly the Darkzone in this one is basically the size of Darkzones 8 and 9 or 1 to 3 size. So that's what they've said. So they're broken up into, instead of being a large Darkzone, it's kind of smaller. Alright, so the server capacity. With 3 new Darkzones also comes improvements to servers, because there's less people, means it could be more stable in that respect. So server capacity and overall size in the Division 2. We created smaller chunks of the Darkzone for a maximum of 12 players. Yes, in Division 1 there was 24 players. However, with the smaller size, I think having 24 in like a small area is too many. But then I haven't played the Division 2, nor can I say, that because it's smaller, that and there's less people, that it's gonna be less fun. That might not be the case. It might, because there's a smaller Darkzone, but there's a small amount of people. That means there could be more room for actual consistent engagement because it's smaller. Whereas DZ 1 to 9, you have people in DZ 1, you're up in 9, By the time you try to run down to 1, ain't nobody there. They gone, baby. But yeah. So while reduce the maximum player capacity by half for Division 2, we reduced the overall size of the Dark Zone by thirds to increase player density. See, so it's increased the amount of players and the interactions that you get, which are more consistent. The quality of your encounters in the Dark Zone are improved, making your experience fulfilling. See, what's more, each Dark Zone reacts to player activity and engagements. As you traverse the zone, if you're taking part in activity in the northern section of the Dark Zone, events will begin appearing elsewhere to draw areas in those areas. So if you're up in the south section or the northern section of the map, events will appear in the other sections, like the south section if you're in the north, or the north section if you're in the south. That way, people don't just come into you all the time. Just offers more dynamic like encounters, basically. So yeah, so events will begin appearing elsewhere to create drawing in those areas. Balance out the region. You need to be, I can't even say that word. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Something cognizant, whatever. I don't know. That's when you ask Google for the help on that one. Of your surroundings. As every agent knows, situational awareness goes a long way. Alright. So here they talk about perk systems and interactions. Perk system. In Division 2, your Dark Zone level matters more than ever. Sentinel to new Dark Zone operator at the base of operation gives you the access to new Dark Zone perk interface, a tree of bonuses that unlock every 5 Dark Zone levels while these perks are not power based. Alright, so what they're saying here is that you meet a Dark Zone Lord or Dark Zone dude or a female, we don't know who she, he is, right? But when you go into the Dark Zone, each 5 levels, you can unlock bonuses. I don't know if it's a tree set, so if you go one down one path, you can't go down the other, but they give you bonuses. I don't know whether the bonus is like more XP, more money, that sort of stuff. We don't know as of yet, but it'd be interesting to see. And we have to check that out when the game is officially released. So yeah, so unlock every 5 Dark Zone levels. While these perks are not power based, they improve your Dark Zone experience based on your playstyle. So you might even get perks that increase your long range, or if you like to play close range, you might get some perks that, I don't know, when you get like 5 shotgun kills in a row, you get money or you get more XP, something like that. I don't know. I'm sure they could think of better things to introduce. So ranging from extra space for contaminated items, you see that sort of thing. Like you go in the Dark Zone with 10 you can only carry 10 items, but then you get a perk that allows you 2 extra or 3 extra or 5 extra. We don't know yet, but you have more space. Increased rewards for rogues. So if you're going rogue and you like to go rogue all the time, and you complete your rogue, you get more bonuses, more money, I don't know, more equipment, weapons, that sort of thing. Or additional opportunities for loot. So if you're capturing the supply crates, that you might gain 1 extra item for every 2 supply crates or something like that. You have the power to select from a pool of perks that best suit how you enjoy playing Division. So if you like to be PvE and killing all the ads, go ahead and choose that route that gives you that PvE element. If you're like doing PvP, go ahead and choose that route to get more XP from going rogue, to get more loot from going rogue, that sort of thing. Increasing rewards as rogue. So playing the Division 2, death as a rogue in Dark Zone comes at a great cost of experience. So if you die in the Dark Zone, you lose a lot of experience, a lot of funds. Yep, you lose your loot that you didn't extract. Though maintain your Dark Zone level, and more importantly, these perks are priority in the division. So if you're leveling up, you like say you're level 50 or level 25, and you got a couple perks that allow you to get more XP and more bonuses and stuff like that, and from going rogue, you go rogue, you get manhunt and you complete it, you're getting more loot and more stuff from that. So you're actually getting rewarded for your time as a rogue. But if you're dying as a rogue, just know you're losing a lot of the experience, and you'll be ranking down, so you'll be losing them perks. So it's all about maintaining and knowing when to go rogue, when knowing to engage. Alright. Extractions. We are excited about a few big changes coming to extraction in Division 2. While loot was static from the moment it dropped, in the division it takes a more dynamic role this time. Firstly, only the rarer and more scarce gear upgrades found in the dark zones will be contaminated. So, if you're out here and you're getting high end, you're like, oh, about to get my high end, my first one, baby. And you go and then you pick it up. It's not actually yours until you extract it. So if someone kills you and picks it up, it's only going to roll for that person who extracted it. So that's what it seems like it's saying. The rest will flow straight into your inventory like the clean gear. So they have contaminated gear, and then they have clean gear or clean loot that you can pick up without it having to extract it, so you can put it on right away. So the rest will flow straight into your inventory. Secondly, weapons and gear roll at the power level of your player. So if you're level 30 or 29 and you extract gear, it's going to roll at level 29 and relative to your power level. So it might be a power increase, it might not. It might just be the same power. So player who successfully extracts them, basically it rolls to their power level. So if you die and an extraction, someone cuts your rope and then you lose the item, then they extract it, that's their loot. That's their loot. They'll get the item and it'll roll for them, whatever perks, stats, and that sort of stuff. So, contaminated gear is your best chance of finding upgrades. You hear that? Contaminated gear. So if you go in the dark zone and you got some contaminated gear, you probably want to extract that just so you can get it and make sure it's yours. Within the dark zone, this creates more gearing opportunities for you, as any stolen loot will always roll to your level. You hear that? So if someone has gear like they're level 25 and you're level 27, you steal that guy's loot. When you extract that, that's going to be level 27 for you, not level 25. So that's interesting to know. More stuff. We got more stuff, baby. It's going to be one long video. Normalization and matchmaking. Let's make this quick. A big change from Manhattan's Dark Zone is that 3 Dark Zones in Washington D.C. will utilize normalization to level the player field. So just like in Last Stand in Division 1, all the stats might roll to a max level, or they have a specific range that they roll on. That way, someone might have more damage than you by like a couple points, but you're not necessarily outgunned, basically. Like, you're not out damaged, you know? So if you are new to Division 2, normalization reduces the perks and values between players who high survivability or high damage output. While balancing is a factor to take into account when crafting your build, remember that your build choices are still unique and offer a variety of gameplay options. So if you got perks on there and stats that offer you more shield damage or more skill power, it's gonna roll to the maximum or roll in that range. However, it's not like they're gonna change your actual stats. They're just gonna increase them so everyone's at the same ballpark. So remember that your choice are still unique and offer a variety of gameplay options. AI are not exempt from normalization either. They adhere to the same normalization rules players do. You know what I mean? So if you see, so you can't have a player that's level 30 and him wrecking you when you're level 30, you know what I mean? So they adhere their damage output, their skills, whatever. So matchmaking in the Dark Zone occurs in 2 separate brackets. On the one side, players who matched in level buckets, not even bracket, level buckets, yeah, of 1 to 10 and then 11 to 20. So if you just start the game, you go in there level 1 From level 1 to 10, you can have players. I think in Division 1, it used to be level 1 to 15 or 16, something like that. So you get level 1 to 10, level 11 to 20, level 21 to 30. That's when you get to the end game, level 30. And the normalization of the same power level. On the other side, all players who have reached world tier, which is after level 30, are matched together. So you can't go under level 29 and you're world tier 1 or 2 or whatever, right? They'll have to probably move up to your world tier and normalize to the same world tier. So if you're in world tier 1, all world tier 1 players will be in that bracket, world tier 2, etc, etc. So for players above, normalized power level bonus statistics are applied to reward you for your time. So everyone's at the same level, same power, and therefore, you know, you go in there and you do a couple stuff, you're actually rewarded and not just getting wrecked every time you go in there. We also altered the Darkzone matchmaking assignment to help solo players in Darkzones mostly compromised to other solo players. So if there's other solo players in there, you expect other solo players to be in there. You know, maybe there might be like solo players and duos or duos and solo players. We don't know, but they say that more solo players should be grouped up together. So checkpoints are mounted with indestructible turrets to avoid checkpoint camping. You remember how it used to happen in the back of the day? That gone, baby. The weapon targets any rogue or AI that crosses its path, so keep your distance. So you don't even want to go up there, because I was watching some gameplay. They killed dudes in like 3 shots, you know, and they shock you as well. So it's basically saying you better stay out the area, don't try to climb the checkpoints, just to give some people some breathing room to move, right? However, there is a change. Where the change is occupied dark zones. Occupied dark zones, we have one more new feature for you. On the list of dedicated to our most dedicated PvP players that like the old school PvP in Division 1, like 1.1, where everything goes, you know, then this is for you. Today, we are introducing a dynamic server wide event called Occupied Dark Zones. During these events, all expected Dark Zone rules are changed. The concept of SHD and rogue are completely gone. You're not a rogue, you're not a division agent, you're just a regular dude in the street, right? So you are simply a player trying to reap the benefits rewards in our most hardcore environment. The translate to no rogue states, a limited notification system. Friendly fire is active, so you can shoot your teammates in the booty cheeks if you like. If your teammate stole your loot, kill that bitch and take his loot, because that's yours now. Alright? And no normalization. So if your dude is world tier 1 and you have better stats than another guy and you wreck him, you gonna wreck him even more because you had higher stats, that sort of thing. And allowing you to utilize every once of your build. So it's basically squeezing out the juice on that last stat, that last 1 point, that's 76 points, and you could squeeze out 77 to get the max. You may need it in the occupied dark zone. So while dark zones are occupied, the other two operate under expected behavior. So there are 3 dark zones. One, maybe south 1 is occupied at one time, one day. And I know they change different times. They change at different. So if you are in the dark zone, I believe it will change only when there's no division agents in there, or when it's empty. Like it might change for you, but I don't think you'll be in there. I don't think it could just change while you're in there. You know what I mean? So as I say, the other 2 dark zones will be basically normal dark zones. These endgame events are designed to be some of our greatest risk and reward opportunities in Division 2. Are you willing to accept the risk? Thanks for joining us today. Dark Zone improvements. There is still more information to come for our most dedicated Dark Zone players, so stay tuned. Be sure to join us over the official forums on the community Reddit to discuss today's article. We would love to hear your thoughts. We'll be releasing these articles regularly, so do keep an eye out, which I will. So if are interested in what's going on in Division 2, stay true to this channel because I'll be releasing all these annexes and that sort of stuff. With that being said, this video has been long enough. I thank you guys for watching. Scrumman's Gaming. I'm out. Peace.